So I'm just going to read and maybe talk a little bit once I finish reading what I've already written. So here we go. I can only speak for myself, but I see this in many of my friends, especially those that I'm closest to. And to paraphrase and use some words from a good friend of mine, our goal, my goal, is to inspire, to educate, and to help others so that we can understand liberty and move towards a more peaceful, voluntary existence. This is not specific to any group of people. I don't exclude anybody from having that ability to move towards that goal. And I take action daily to make progress towards this goal. Recently, and probably through much of my journey, a lot of conversations that I have center around parenting. That's not really a surprise. I have two amazing, beautiful sons, and they're a huge part of my life. And most of what I do is for them because I would like a more peaceful existence for them. I know many anarchist parents, and that might sound a little bit scary, especially to those who aren't familiar with the philosophies and the principles of anarchy, because anti-authority is often viewed as negative, right? Kids should obey authority, and that blind obedience can prove to be severely problematic. Certain people are given this privilege to exercise authority over others. And in the home, what we see is that parents exercise that authority. And in everyday life, we see like things like police officers, teachers. They have quote unquote authority over everyday citizens. But what many people don't recognize is that this authority is acquired through force and coercion. And possibly even more often, it's acquired through indoctrination and propaganda. And what's problematic about that, and maybe more so problematic, is that it's so covert that the mass majority of people don't even see it. When a cop goes and beats somebody up because he was speeding on the highway, people look at that and they see, yeah, he was wrong. He abused his authority. However, a cop goes and extorts somebody, gives them a speeding ticket, and expects them to show up in court and pay a certain fine. That's not, like, that's swept under the rug, right? That's all good and well. When in reality, that cop is using extortion to exercise the will of the people. Now I put that in quotes because it's not necessarily the will of the people. It's just something that people have accepted because it's the way that things are, right? Anyways, so my background as a mom, I began, ever since I found out I was pregnant, I did tons of research. I read all kinds of articles teaching me, trying to learn to be the best mom that I could be. And the resources that I had available to me, the resources that I found, the resources that I had taught me that I should be authoritarian, whether that's reading through the experiences of other people who have been through it. But basically what I learned is my child should cry it out. My child should have all of the most prevalent medical procedures. And then that expanded, when my son got older, that became what you say goes. You're the mom. If if you want something done a specific way, your child should do it that specific way, and you have every right to yell, to hit, to punish in whatever way you seem or you deem fit. After I had my second son, this got a lot worse. My stress levels increased, and I hit my son, like I hit my older son, lots, and it wasn't just me. It was encouraged by my spouse, the father of my children. It was encouraged by other people in my life. I would regret it every single time I did it, but it didn't change it. I still did it. And I could feel in my heart like that wasn't right, but I justified it. I justified it by saying, like, this is what's right. This is what's good. This is what's going to make my child the best child that he will be. And I think it when my second son was maybe about a year old, I can't identify specifically what changed, but I did see other parents who didn't spank. And I studied in school. I studied psychology, so I did a little bit of child development, and I realized, like, I knew in my heart this wasn't the way to raise a well-adjusted child. The research shows it, and I discussed with my husband, and we both decided that yes, it was best if we were to stop spanking. So that that kind of progressed, and I stopped hitting, and it took a long time. I can't even say that it took less than a year. It kind of decreased, I would say, because I explored different solutions, but there were still times where I got so frustrated that I still went back to those ways, and I still hit. And again, like, I had a lot of regret every single time I did it. And I think the last time that I hit my son, I smacked him across the face, and I told myself, no more, never again. But I resorted to other methods of manipulation and punishments, and I controlled their behavior through other methods, and I was really good at that. I studied that in school. I practiced it at work. I practiced it in my home, and I was really, really good at it. I got really good results. The kids did the things that I needed them to do. It was stressful, and a lot of times it took a lot out of me, and I did end up yelling, and it was very stressful. I was very unhappy. And I recognized how stressful and how unhappy I was with it. But I continued to learn, because I didn't want that for myself or for my kids. And I've been able to continue on this path of peaceful parenting, of non-authoritarian parenting. And now I get these moments that make it feel all worth it, because it's still a struggle. It's really hard to keep your patience, because a big part of parenting is getting your children to do the things that you want them to do. So I've been able to step back and watch and stop trying to control everything. And sometimes it's really hard, because sometimes my kids do things that I really, really don't like. And I have to question myself constantly. I question myself. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that I am able to feel the success and the confidence that I'm on the right path. Because like I said, there are things that my kids do that I really don't want them to do, and sometimes I just have to let it go. I just have to accept that that's just my preference that I'm pushing on them. And then there's times when they do things that I truly don't agree with, that I think morally I don't think that they should be doing that, and I still don't force it. I still give them a choice. And the thing is, it's really, really beautiful when the kids are given those choices and they choose to do the right thing. And I've had a lot of those moments recently, and it warms my heart. And I'm so grateful to everybody who's helped me on my journey, on my path, which I'm still on. I'm not perfect by any means. I still have so many struggles, and we all still struggle together. But I think that my confidence comes from being able to get those, I guess you could say, returns on the investments, because it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of time, it's a lot of patience, to give up screaming and yelling and lying, manipulating, punishing, rewarding, hitting, pushing, those things. That's what's easy, right? It comes easy to us to get somebody to do what we want by being loud, and by threatening them, by taking things away from them. It's really easy. That's so it's really easy to fall back into it too. Go on and on, but they did that. They have moments that make me extremely proud to be their mom. Like the one time when I walked in, and I could tell that they had been disagreeing about something, and my younger son, 7 years old, he looks at his brother and he says, you don't have to be so mean about it. And so I was bracing myself, waiting for the arguments, and my older son apologized. He apologized and explained to him what bothered him, and they were able to figure it out. They were able to work it out on their own. And that, to me, that's a big step. That's one of the biggest things that has always really gotten to me. One of the things that I used to punish a lot was the two of them not getting along, and I've let that go. If they're not getting along, that's okay. They don't have to get along all the time. People are different. The two of them are different. But I've been navigating. I mean, my older son is 10 years old. He'll be 11 next April. So I've been navigating this whole parenthood for 11 years now, and I've made progress in a lot of areas. And so I'm just going to go back to when I said that my goal is to inspire, educate, and help others understand. And that comes, a lot of that understanding is just understanding where other people are at, and letting go of the attempt to control. So if you like this video, if you are interested in peaceful parenting, of letting go of those controlling behaviors, I really encourage you to reach out to somebody who has that experience. I encourage you to reach out to me, send me a message here on Anarchistas. My friend Melissa, who we started this venture together. We both are parents. We both are very strong advocates of peaceful parenting. My kids just walked in the door. I just really encourage you to hit it, please. I really encourage you to continue seeking information, to reach out if you want help, and to just really question your reasons for the way that you behave, the reasons for what you do. I think it's really important, and I think it's really important if we want to achieve that peace and that voluntary existence